That's fine.
Very good.
Let's go back to the Warriors.
All right.
Shall we?
Back to
everybody, back to Wiseman.
Thanks, Kyle.
Let's go to Dave
Thanks, Gil.
in Pleasanton. And just to reset the table for those of you who are just joining us, the Warriors all hate each other. That's my premise today. Dave in Pleasanton, go ahead. You're on with Willard and Kyle Madsen. And what are you doing?
I am stuck in traffic.
I'm sorry to hear that. I heard it's really rough today.
It is, but it's all good. I got you guys. So what I was going to say was I think the problem with the Warriors is the role player issue, but I think it's with the players not accepting their roles like a Jordan Poole. We all know Jordan Poole is good enough to be a star, possibly in the future a superstar. I don't think when Steph's there, he likes coming off the bench. I don't think he likes being that number 2 guy off the bench. Now, I also want to bring up, I don't think getting rid of him is the solution. I think fixing his mental ego is the solution because he is the one that's supposed to take over when Steph leaves. Now, we got an issue with Draymond. Kyle, I believe you brought it up earlier. He's a step slower. He's not as athletic as he used to be. And I think he's losing some mental edge. When they played against the Lakers, Draymond used to be that guy that would say, you know what, Iggy, you're not getting the job done. I got this. And he would have checked Anthony Davis, even if it was coach's orders. He would have done that. He's not doing that anymore. That's all I got.
Yeah, Dave, I think there's some good points in there, although the one thing that kept bouncing in my head when you say, like, someone like Jordan Poole's got to know his role, what is his role?
That's it. And that's the point
And
Bonte
it's different every single week.
And I think that's super difficult.
Yes.
Like, hey, improve your game, but at everything. Like, become a better distributor, become a better facilitator. Also, a better shooter, please. And also a better scorer. Can you also get to the line sometimes when we need it? Like,
but by the way, we don't need that tonight.
Yeah.
We need that next Tuesday. Yeah. We've got a scheduled day in 3 weeks on the 21st. Are you available? We could let you be the one on that night. And then, let's see, my calendar says, on April 3rd, we're going to need you to be the 2. But right now, go back to being the 6 and just sit over there. We'll call you when we need you. Thanks so much. Just have a seat right over there. We'll call you.
You got all that? You
got
all that down? Oh, wait, hang on. Steph's hurt. Scratch all that. Come back.
Exactly.
We still need you. Let's redo this.
It's not easy.
Really difficult.
It's not easy. And so I'll give Jordan that. I want to just to sort of reboot the whole thing. I don't think the Warriors hate each other, but I do think that the word that kept coming into my head when I watched Draymond Green walk off of the floor in the middle of a basketball game last night is exasperated. Mm-hmm. And exasperated does not come from hate. It doesn't even necessarily come from dislike. If I ask you, anyone who's listening, who are you exasperated with in your life? Some of you might be like, oh, my kid, or right? Maybe it's your boss. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's your spouse. Maybe
I have a wife.
Your mom, your dad. Maybe it's that damn person who's in front of you at Starbucks every day who takes 13 words to come up with their Frappuccino order. I don't know what it is, but you all have an answer there, and you may have multiple answers, and I would bet few of them are about someone that you hate. It might be someone you probably is, by the way, spend a lot of time with.
No doubt.
You might want to spend more time with them. There's some love in there. But the issue that I see with the Warriors is a complete disconnect in terms of decisions that should be made in moments on the court. It's old versus young. That's been well-traveled and well-discussed this year. But I'm watching Steph throw a mouthpiece. I'm watching Draymond throw a punch. I'm watching Klay throw his hands in the air. I'm watching Draymond walk away from a pass on the middle of the court in the second quarter last night, and it's all pointed at the same person. Mm-hmm. And that means that they may love Jordan. They know they need Jordan, but he exasperates them. And if you want to know why a team that's so talented suddenly has trouble with defense and travel, that tells me there is a chemistry that used to exist with the Warriors that no longer does.
Yeah.
That's what I see. And that's not pointing blame at any one of them. Mm-hmm. I can't tell you right now. I can tell you in moments, Jordan don't take that shot and Draymond don't react that way. Mm-hmm. But it's not. It's at this moment, it's really nothing more than an observation.
Sure.
And I think I got all the evidence I need.
Sure. And I'm with that for the most part. So let's take that, and it's like, how do you fix it? And that's where it all circles back. I understand, okay, maybe they're exasperated with Jordan Poole. Maybe they're exasperated with the rotations. Maybe it's Jonathan Kuminga. Maybe Draymond Green is exasperated with the fact that he didn't get paid. And he's just over it. And that's why we see him, that singular play last night, like, I don't care who you're mad at and how mad you are at them. When you're a professional athlete, and he quit on that play.
Totally.
In the middle of a game.
Unacceptable.
At the end of a first half where they had battled back.
If this was a youth sports game, you'd have yanked the kid out and put him on the bench.
If that's Jonathan Kuminga, they yank him out and put him on the bench.
Of course.
And that's where my issue with this lies. Is like, okay, you're right, but it's on the vets. Jordan Poole is going to be Jordan Poole. It's not on him to fix this.
No, but it's on him to make better decisions.
Sure, and I think he'll get there. He's still 23 or whatever.
I hope
22.
so.
And he's getting his role moved around, and he's trying to figure out, and he's navigating his first season with an NBA team committed to him. They said, Jordan, you're our guy moving forward.
Yeah. Yeah, sometimes, I will say this. I don't think anything you said there is wrong. I was just thinking of John Morant when you brought this up. There are times when I feel like we act like 23 is 11.
Sure.
He's a young player. Well, you know what? He's old enough to know not to shoot from 30 feet when you're up by 6 with 30 seconds to go and 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah.
Sure. You're old enough to know that you don't go on IG Live from Shotgun Willie's and flash a pistol and then tell, he's young. He's just a little pup. He doesn't know what the hell. Like, yeah, you are. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you are. Now, challenging? Absolutely. Jordan, multiple roles. Ja, $200 million. Be everybody's leader at age 23. Challenging? Yes. Mm-hmm. But we can't use that as an excuse for everything. If my 16-year-old did some of those things, I'd be like, butt down in your room, and we're going to talk this out because that's a bunch of ridiculousness.
But it's not, he's a young in an NBA sense.
Sure.
He's young in the sense of his first season was basically a wash. His second season, he's in the G League. He comes back, he starts to figure it out, hits a big shot in the play-in against the Lakers. Like, okay, that's cool. Last year, second half of the year, really came on, and in the playoffs, he started to figure it out. This is his first time being this player where a championship team. Guys, how old was Jordan Poole when the Warriors won their first title? 14?
Yeah, right.
These are guys he grew up watching dominate in the NBA, and those guys are going, hey, we need you, dog. And I understand why there's some spots where he's like, all right, it's Jordan Poole time. I'm pulling up. I like this shot. I can hit this shot. So, like, I get it. And that's something that's tough to navigate and not something he's going to figure out even this season because it's not been a consistent role.
Or maybe ever. Or maybe ever.
Not. Maybe, but I
and I think these three guys are sitting there looking at it going, I'm sorry, you said it's Jordan Poole time? I'm sorry, you're in a Warrior uniform in the middle of this run, and you've decided that it's money time?
The Warriors decided that.
He ain't wrong. I'm just saying that's the reaction you're going to get.
And then maybe that's on the coaching staff or the front office for not going, hey, bring this together. Here's what's going on. That's what Steve Kerr was so good at. Remember, hey, defining roles. He sat down with all the players and, hey, Andre, you're going to come off the bench, and Draymond, you're going to start, and David, like, that's what he was so good at. Like, that's on him.
Yes, 100%. There's a reason it's really, really difficult for rock bands to stay together for 40 years. Mm-hmm. Everybody gets really rich, and everybody has huge egos, and everybody's thinking about their path.
Yes.
And it's very hard to keep it all together. That's where the Warriors are. It's where they've been.